I am going to show you why the drop on both gold and silver today is not as scary as one would think, and there is a reason why we are smoking cigars right now, because we know what our invalidation levels are and we know what our validation levels are, and we have crossed neither of them. Gold just had a very bullish thing that happened yesterday. Silver actually had a semi-bullish thing that happened yesterday. We are getting a minor pullback right now, and we will see if the trend continues. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Drew Wolfer, and I am the founder of NORDIC Alpha. I'm a pro trader inside of the metals markets, gold and silver, crypto, the S&P, you name it, we do it over at NORDIC Alpha, and we're gonna get into the charts, and I'm gonna show you exactly why this big dump, although a lot of people are running around running for their lives, right, is not that scary in the larger picture of what is going on in the background. So let's check out what is going on in the charts. I'm going to talk about gold first because gold is the one that is the most bullish as it sits right now. So first and foremost, if you were here yesterday, you know that we were inside of this rising, or what we would call ascending triangle, okay? And this ascending triangle, let me just get this out of the way. The ascending triangle is a bullish formation. It is an upward moving charting pattern formation that is pointing to upside. Now, is it guaranteed to play out? No, it is never guaranteed to play out. Nothing is ever guaranteed to play out. But one thing I can say is that if you look at gold, you have a pivot point right here at about $5,100 almost exactly. That pivot point, as you can see, got lost here, and then we came back up, we back tested it, set a higher low than this low right back here, boom, ran into it one more time, kind of have been buttoned up against it, finally closed a candle above it yesterday, which was actually really good news, and then we finally rejected from it, came back down, and now we're trying to back test the bottom end of this ascending triangle right now. So let's talk about what that means. There are 2 points that actually matter on this charting pattern right now, but there are 2 points that actually matter in the real context of where gold is at right now. So gold did break market structure to the upside on the 1-hour chart, okay? There's only one chart right now that is in a downtrend, and those are the midterm charts. On my chart, it's the 4-hour chart, okay? I look at the hourly, the 4-hour, the 12, the 1 day, the 1 week, and the 1 month. The 4-hour is the only one, as it sits right now, that is in a downtrend. Gold broke market structure right here because our prior market structure highs were right there on gold. Now, we broke it here, set that high. And a lot of people thought these were the highs, or these were the highs on the 1-hour chart. That would be incorrect, and we can teach you exactly why inside of NORDIC Alpha, but that is not the topic of this video. We broke market structure right here from a downtrend that was over here to now being in an uptrend on the 1-hour chart. This is bullish news. Then we broke again and closed a candle above that previous high, which is what is called a continuation structure. Very good news for gold. Now, we need to uphold this one level right here, which as it sits right now, we're doing, and that actually lines up with a key level that's right there. So long as we stay up above about 48.75 right now, we are in an actually bullish formation on gold. And if we can break up above the $5,100 to $5,144 level on a 1-hour closing basis, it's looking like we could be pumping right back up. Now, for the invalidation of this particular charting pattern, okay, we cannot get below that $4,880 range, right? Just set your line and see what happens. Second to that, we do not want to get below this low again, okay? And we actually took a trade at that low. We called this low out a long time ago. We also called this low out, took a long right there, took a long right here as well on this low, and as it sits right now, we're not in danger. A lot of people took profits right up here at the top, and you could be repositioning right here. As long as we don't close a 1-hour candle under 46.70, we are good to go. And as long as we don't close a 4-hour, 12-hour, or a 1-day candle under 44.23, we are good to go on gold. Now, the one thing I will say, on gold, we're kind of smoking cigars, right? We're just chilling. We're just waiting for it to do its thing. You know the levels. But on silver, it is inherently more difficult for silver to move up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because silver actually broke market structure to the downside on like almost every chart except for the 1-day chart. So the 1 day, the 1 week, and the 1 month charts on silver are actually in a uptrend still, But unlike gold, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 12-hour charts are all in a downtrend. So all of the medium term and short term charts are in a downtrend on silver, and even a midterm one with the 12 hours, more of a long-term one, is also in a downtrend. So we need to break some pretty key levels that I'm going to show you right here in order for silver to move up. And I actually have an entire public service announcement really quick. I have an entire series coming up on why I think it's going to be harder for silver to move up than gold. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you see that series whenever it comes out. Now, silver actually did break up above this level right here, okay, which was, again, another pivot point. That was our double top. We really needed to break up above that because we lost 2 pivot points at the same time, back tested one as resistance, then we came back up here, finally closed above it, closed another candle above it. Now we've lost it again, but I'm going to be honest with you. This retrace isn't really that big of a deal, and I'm going to show you why. This is a tool that anybody can use. Literally anybody. And it is called the Fibonacci retracement. If you measure from the low to the high, as long as you stay up above this level right here and kind of catch a bounce and catch a bid, you're looking extremely good because you've now retraced to the 0.5 fib, and you could even retrace to the 0.618, which is right at another key level. And if we bounce from anywhere from $72 down or up to about $75, we're actually in a pretty bullish case scenario for silver. Not super bullish in the sense of market structure hasn't broken yet, and I'll give you the parameters on that. But we really just need to come back above here, right? Which is $82.50, and then we really need to get up above this $86 range. Now, in order for us to get bullish market structure again, talking from the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 12-hour chart, we only need to close above $92, which sounds like a lot, right? Let's be honest. It does sound like a lot, but when silver moves 10, 15, 17%, 22% in a day sometimes, getting up to $92 could happen, you know, within days. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen, but what I am saying is if we do get up above this level on a 1, 4, and 12-hour closing candle basis, we are in an uptrend. Then all we really need to do is just reclaim this uptrend. And that's why I'm saying you have to reclaim multiple levels for silver to be bullish. You have to reclaim this level, you have to reclaim this level, and then you got to get back above the long-term uptrend, which was right here, okay? So let's see what happens with silver. I honestly think that gold has a much easier path upwards than silver does. But again, public service announcement, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I'm going to blow the lid off of the silver markets and everything that's happening in the background that you probably don't know about, and I am going to absolutely blow people's minds bringing up some fallacies over the next few days. I will see you soon.